Hi, all of you. Today I would like to discuss how to study standards on audit. Do we have, as a student, might ask the questions by ourselves and through the other people's? We maybe searched good videos on standards on audit, notes for standards on audit. Let us go through a systematic approach through which standards on audit can be studied. Before moving into the discussion, let me start with an example. As usual, a company whose actual position is 4 crore rupees ka loss, the management being pride, they want to make it as 4 crore rupees ka profit. How? Through fraudulent way. Obviously through the fraudulent way. By seeing this, what others will think? They don't know the magic of fraud. Profit is, there is a profit of 4 crore rupees, but reality is different. How this can be? Find out what is our role in that. Our role is to bring that fraudulent things into the light, report it, disclose it to the general public. How auditor can do that? Auditor has to collect evidence. How evidence will be collected? Through a litmus test. One example I will tell you. If we apply kerosene or the garlic water in snake's hole, snakes will come out. All pesticides will come out. Such kind of litmus test auditor will do, and all frauds and errors will comes into the light, and we will disclose it to the general public in a truthful way. Our duty is a watchdog of these various users. So this is the background of audit. If we understand this concept, it will be a little bit easy to understand the standards. Every places we are going to hear misstatement. The example I given is an example of misstatement. It is come to light through our litmus test. Let me go ahead. When we going for a driving classes, learners, as a learners, what we will do? There is a person, instructor, who has all the controls with them. We will just balancing our steering like way. A learner stage is there, 200 to 300 series. Purely the matters centered around auditing. Learner stage it is actually. We have to understand the basic things of auditing. The main part lies with 300 series. We just discussed about an example of misstatement. I started with an example of misstatement. And it is a risk if an auditor could not able to bring to the light the fraud. It's a risk to them. How these risks can be reduced, though it is not eliminated. How? It is through risk study, because our duty is a risky duty. We have to identify the riskiest spot where can things go wrong. Make an identification mark of riskiest spot. Make a detailed examination. We have to fix an amount, material amount, and we have to strengthen our test mechanism, litmus test, to bring out these frauds into the light. All these matters will be centered around 300 series. Risky spot identification and throwing nets, catching frauds. This is the base of 300 series. Then let us move ahead. 500 series. What 500 series generally talk about? It talks about audit evidence collections. Why? Because we need an evidence to prove. We have to show it. Because a person who is committing a fraud is a criminal mind person and fraud is a crime. It is punishable. So to get enough adequate punishment, we need good quality, good evidence to prove that the fraud has happened. That evidence collection litmus test is deals with the 500 series. What techniques auditor is using to catch the fraud, just like catching the fish. Certain techniques are mentioning inspection, observation, certain techniques. The 500 series start with. Then the riskiest spot area where what we have to do. Special attention we have to give certain areas. Why? Because it's a risky spot. So we have to be extra cautious. When we drive for a new places, we will see a lot of warning boards that curves is ahead. Drive slowly. We will be more cautious. So standard mentions this area. You should be give more special consideration. What we have to do. Then certain other areas you have to go and obtain confirmation from outside party. Don't rely on internally with the peoples. So all evidence collections we are talking about 500 series. Then we after we collecting evidence, next level is deals with experts, collecting evidence through expert, internal auditors. All these matters we are dealing with 600 series. Then finally everything we catching the fraud, we are going to report. Good if everything is clean, clean audit report. Otherwise, adverse report or qualified. These areas are problems, remaining areas are clean. So these are the basis of the standards on audit. We have to understand that. Try to link, try to understand the concepts. Try to create on your way that understanding process. Linking the logic will make study more interesting. That is my personal perceptions to understand the standards on audit. Imagine concept. We have to give our own way of visualizations. When we are going through 200 series, it's a learning series. What are the things discussing? An auditor should be honest. Only honest people can give the honest truth, truthness to other people. Agreement drafting 210. Quality ensuring 220. Documentation 230. Generic about frauds and error 240. So we have to understand this area, then it will be very easy for us to understand the concepts. The base is 300 series. Identification of riskiest spot. First step, determination of an amount which will be considered as material. If that amount of fraud happens, users will change their investment decisions. Material amount. Then strengthening our examination procedure. So this is my small videos about how to study standards on audit. Thank you for watching this video and have a wonderful days ahead.